Nice. Sweet. Boy, hard hitting. Yeah, Hickok 45, throwing some 308, 7.62 by 51 down range through what many would call an AR-10. This is specifically the Colt LE 901-16S to be specific. It is a 308. It will handle 308 cartridges, of course, 7.62 by 51, and it is a hoss. It's been out a couple of years, actually, I believe. You don't see them that much, and thanks to the Nashville Gun Shop, Mustafa and Demir called, said they had a new one down there we could borrow if we wanted to, so I headed on down, and appreciate them lending this to us. I enjoy throwing big old 308 rounds out, you know that, and yeah, I like ARs. It's not my most, well, I won't say most, my favorite firearm at all, of course, but I like them, and you can't hate one that throws out the big 308 round, can you? Pretty cool, pretty cool. This one is modular. We'll talk about that. You got a quad rail system. The whole entire upper is one piece, milled out of one piece, and it's you know, free floated barrel. You got a vortex flash hider, kind of an A2 style there. You can have a bayonet lug, and you know, it's designed so you can use standard AR-15 you know, stocks on it, and we'll show you some more of that. But before we do that, I think there's a couple more rounds left in that magazine. Let's take the safety off and see if we can do something with them. All right, now I've not messed with the sights too much. So let's go over there and see if we can hit the red plate with it. Ooh, nice feel. Nice miss. Hits hard. Really hits hard. Oh boy, nice feel to it. It's empty. All right, now let's take a little closer look at it. Lots of ambidextrous controls on it. Right here you have the bolt. I'll just go ahead and let it fall. Don't do that much. Yeah, bolt release on both sides, mag release on both sides. So that's pretty cool. Flip him over here, and you got, of course, your assist, forward assist there if you need that. But so you got the mag release here, and of course your bolt release on both sides. So those are ambidextrous. The safety is not. It's just on the left side. So at least on this model. And again, this is a modular type firearm. It is designed to be able to take this upper off and use the lower with your standard mil-spec AR-15 upper. All right, and we will probably even do that. Got a Volter stock on it, adjustable. Got some little hidden compartments in there. You can keep some extra ammo in there if you're going into battle, oil, or if you're not going into battle like me, maybe you can keep a cigar in there or something. And flip up sights, backup iron sights, and these are actually iron, nice sights. And for me, they're not backup. I like them. I like to use those mainly. And then, of course, the most important feature, which I never can ignore, I know, I'm sorry, I just can't help it, is the bayonet lug. You know, what is a rifle like this without a bayonet lug? So just wanted to point that out. That's the biggest selling feature, right? Oh, we got quick detach, you know, sling swivels there, and you pop those in different places, either side, you know, of the quad rail. So that's pretty cool. I like those. I've never really had those on a firearm I own. I like that. And of course, it takes a big old 308 mag. Now, this takes a P-mag, which is cool. Not some unusual, strange magazine. P-mags, it comes with at least one. This one came with one, and that's nice. And I bought an extra one on the way home. So you got that, and you got the mag release on. I like that. I mean, that really feels strange with an AR and not having to pick it up. You just grab it right there and get the magazine out. So 7.62 by 51, and they've worked so far. I fired 3 or 4 mags through it and no malfunctions. We may have some today. Not had them yet. What else about it? It is 308, of course. 7.62. It will fire either round. You know, there is a difference. 7.62's NATO, generally a little bit lighter, around 147, 150 grain bullets. 308 can mean some hunting ammunition. You know, so with some firearms, they are designed for just the 7.62 NATO, and you've got to be careful. Like a Garand, for example, which it's generally 30-06, but the military firearms are mostly designed to handle the military spec ammo, and but this is pretty stout, and it will handle the 308 okay. I don't know that you'd want to load up some nuclear round for it. You know, function is pretty important. I just fire, NATO spec stuff in anything that's 308, kind of a military, style rifle, and because it functions well, and there you go. So pretty cool. Let's take a couple more shots. I'm sorry, I can't resist. This is Colt. They ought to know what they're doing by now. There's a lot of great ARs around. We all know that. And I think Colt makes a good one. I've had Colts for a long time. I'm a little bit old school. My first AR in the early 80s was a Colt. And I've had Bushmaster, and I've got a Colt AR-15 now, the 6920. And if I'm not sure what I want, I don't do the 3-gun stuff and run around the country and run around fields shooting at things very often. I just want one that works well, probably mil spec, really mil spec, and someone's had a lot of experience making them. But there are a lot of good ones. This is what I like too. This ambi bolt release right there. That's pretty cool. So on safe, that is very handy because look what I can do. Oh, that's sweet. For an AR, that's handy. Oh, well, let's just take a couple more shots at something like, let's see. I haven't worked with the sights much, but I'm going to go over there to that orange 2-liter and see if they're on at all or if I'm on. Okay, not bad. I see one on the ground over there. I'll take a shot or two at, maybe. Like I said, a shot or two. I knew I'd miss. All right, let's try the red plate again. Boy, there's a nice ring to it. Let's try these 12-ounces up here close. Now I'll have to hold high probably. Holding too high on that one. I'm surprised that 308 goes through those 2-ounces though. Amazing. All right, I'm going to save a couple of target. Oh, I know what we got to hit though. That jug. Jug of water. Feels good. I mean, it kicks. It's 308, but turns it loose. Let me put just a couple more in because we've got a cinder block here. I'm just shooting some, this is Brazilian ammo. In 308, you're talking about basically $1 a shot. So, these days, if you're lucky, you can find it. So, for my purposes, I just find something that's not too expensive and go with that. But I want something that works. Let me put a few in here because we've got a cinder block there that needs a little work done on it. It's nice that this thing uses PMags, I'll have to say, because they're available and they work. Magpul does a good job with their magazines. They really do. If you still have trouble with plastic, polymer, the concept of polymer magazines, I guess we all need to get over that because these have a really good reputation for working. So, like I said, it's a free-floated barrel, totally, and the thing has the potential to be very, very accurate, more so than anything I'm showing you probably by far. I'm just a plinker myself, but you put a scope on this thing, get down on a table with it, I'm sure it would hit most of what you want to hit with it. All right, that's enough. That's close to full magazine. All right. All right, let's take a couple more here. Big old 308, nice. Okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit here. We'll work on the black one, I guess, on the right with the 308. Thought while we're doing this, we're going to be demonstrating the conversion. We might just do one cinder block with 7.62 and maybe the other one with 5.56. Okay. All right. On the black one. Didn't take many, did it, to finish him off. All right, we got to shoot one more target. How about that pot, upside down pot? All right, let me do a couple of rapid fire shots on this this burn barrel. I'm gonna get a feel again for it. Okay, I'm gonna tuck her in tight. Okay, pretty controllable, pretty nice. I don't know that it's as controllable as the Scar 17, but it felt pretty good. All right, let's drop that mag and pull that round out of there, of the chamber. And here's, of course, one of the nice features of this gun. Now we're going to really make sure she's clear. Yeah, that chamber is totally empty, except for some oxygen maybe in there, a little heat. All right, so it closed the bolt there. This is this gun, of course, is convertible. We can put a 5.56 on it. So let's just take out the pins. Of course, you notice. Let's see. We'll take this off. The pins are in a different spot on a. They're closer together on the AR. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe up here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. They're closer together than the two takedown pins are on the 308. So Colt had to figure out a way to make that work, and we'll show you how they did it. Well, let's go ahead and take that off while I've got it in my hand. Make sure it's clear. Yeah, the action's open. Close the action. Pull the trigger. We'll take this one off because we are going to use it in a minute, and we will need it. If you're not familiar with the AR firearms at all, they are one reason they're so popular. It's the most popular sporting rifle in the country now, is the fact that they are so modular and so simple to work with. So there we got our upper. We'll take that ugly cover off that, okay? In case we decide to fire it, you might need to see through the ACOG. So there's the upper we want to put on. Okay, that's a 5.56. That's my Colt. You know, you've seen that in action. All right, so same thing on this one. We checked it already. So let's open her up. Really all you're supposed to need with one of these to take it down is a bullet, right? Let's push the pins out. Sometimes you don't even need that. Okay, so there's that upper, the 308. Got a little bit of weight to it, which it ought to. This is a direct impingement system. If I didn't say that, it's not a piston gun, okay? Just like the AR-50, most of the old school Colts, or any of them, of course. All right, so here we go. This is, of course, the lower for the new gun, the 308. And one thing about it, they have modified and worked on the lower to where the magazine is adjustable and adaptable, and you'll see what we do there. But the rest of it, the dimensions, I think, are the same as the AR-15. So if you want to switch out the hammer, trigger, any of that, you can do that. Same tube back here. Okay, so all that stuff is the pistol grip, all that's the same. All right. Now, two things we need to do. First, we need to take out the buffer and replace that if we're going to switch. Now, this isn't something, as you're running through the field, you reach into your backpack and say, oh, I think I'm going to switch to 5.56, and on the run you do it or anything. It's not, I don't think it's meant to be that. But the two things you do, if you want to turn it into a 5.56, you take out the spring and the buffer, and you put in the one that is supplied. And that one that comes with it has a 308 on it, so even dummies like me won't get confused. Okay, so you put this one in, all right, for 5.56, and then this is pretty cool. I'll show you. You have a problem here. You know, as you've got a magazine well that holds, handles a 308. magazines. Okay, not 5.56 mags. See, duh, a little bit small, aren't they? So they got to do something. They figured that out. So you get with the gun. I think now you do. You used to have to buy it extra, I think, but you get, you know, the extra buffer, and you get this piece. And we already put the buffer and spring in. This goes. Where's it go? I have no idea. It goes right here. And you need to put it on the upper before you put it in. I learned that. Okay, so it just goes on very simply. The pin right there, and then this slides down in there. And I think I figured out the best way to do it. I've done this several times already, messing with it. Is to grab it like this. And there you go. You put the pins back in. And there you go. So it's an adapter that seals that up some, and then you see there's an empty magazine. See? So you got a normal fit. So there's really almost virtually no difference between this and my other Colt, other than the magazine well here being larger, and then, you know, handling that 308 mag. So that's pretty cool. Seems to work. I have actually fired it. Let's do it though to make sure, because you might not believe me, right? I know I got 2 mags. I think that's all. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I don't think I'm not going to shoot that many, but we'll put that magazine in there. Okay. We'll take a few shots with it and make sure it works. So, the firearm we are actually firing here is the Colt 901. You know, I mean, as far as the FFL and the serial number, you know, right now, as most of you know, not pointing out anything that's not pretty clear and obvious, but we are firing the same firearm, just with a different upper on it, 5.56. Okay, so let's get some rounds up there, and let's shoot something here and see if it works. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, we saved a 2-liter, didn't we, right there? How about that? And we saved a couple over there. I'm not sure. Let's try that 2-liter. Try to remember where to hold this ACOG, if I can. Works fine. All right. He's not being shot. All right, let's try the cinder block. All right. Little comparison here while we're doing this with 223 versus 308. Okay. These guns are sweet. I tell you what, they really are. Okay, let's take that mag out. And of course, it will fire any standard upper will work. I've got the 300 blackout upper right here, just you know, not to put on here to show the Beowulf or whatever. Anything, you know, that your AR-15 will interchange with, you know, this will as well. You just have to put that. And we're clear. We're definitely clear. So I'm going to put that bolt down. And I might just go ahead and take that back off. So you have the option of 2 guns in one, more or less. You know, the old business of conversions, there's lots of different schools of thought on that. I personally would prefer to have 2 different firearms, I think. But then again, you have that option, and so that's kind of neat. You know, not all that bad. If it doesn't detract from the 308 in itself, the LE 901, the fact that it has that capability, I guess, doesn't really do any harm. You know, it might not be the panacea, the answer to all your firearms fantasies or anything, but I guess if it doesn't do any harm, and that you could still, you know, make it into a 5.56, you know, okay, not too bad. So that's ready to put back on my my other 5.56 firearm. Got a lot of black rifles here in a pile. That one. And all I have to do is switch this back out, and it's ready to go with 308 again. So, like I say, I don't know if it's what you're looking for. These are not cheap. Of course, if you've priced AR-10s, I guess made by almost anybody, none of them really are cheap. When you get into the 7.62 and these guns, you're talking some money, as you know. And but they work, and they're fun to shoot. They've come a long ways, I understand, since Eugene Stoner came up with these things originally in 308, and they've made some improvements. You're asking a lot of basically an aluminum, rifle to fire that powerful round, but they've made lots of improvements. There we go. Now we got the LE 901, 308, 7.62 back in action. Okay, we could fire some more, but I guess we've fired enough. It's cold out here. Got a little bit of a cold, and I've probably had all the fun I need to have with it. So I think I pointed out all the major aspects of it, and it's a 1 in 12 twist on the barrel. I noticed. It's chrome lined, of course, all that usual stuff. Colt knows what they're doing. There's a lot of really good ARs these days. Colt, I think, still does a really, really good one. They're not cheap, but they do a good job. So we appreciate the National Gun Shop lending this to us and being able to bring it to you all, and enabling me to have some fun with it right here on the range. So I don't have to tell you, life is pretty good.